You know, aging has a funny way of sneaking up on us. One day you stand up from your chair and it feels just a little harder than before. You brush it off. Maybe I just sat too long. Then a few months pass, and suddenly climbing the stairs leaves you winded. Even walking across the kitchen feels like more effort than it used to. If you've ever felt that, I want you to know you're not alone. I've been a doctor for nearly 4 decades, and I've seen this same story play out in thousands of my patients. It happens so quietly, so gradually, that most people don't even notice it until one day they realize their legs just aren't the same. But here's something I've learned, something I wish every older adult could hear. This isn't just normal aging. What you're feeling is the slow, silent loss of muscle, something we call sarcopenia. It's not your fault, and it's not irreversible. Your body still listens to what you feed it, and that means with the right choices, you can rebuild that strength, step by step, meal by meal. I want you to picture this. Imagine being able to rise from your favorite chair with ease, to walk up a flight of stairs without stopping halfway, to feel steady on your feet, confident, capable, independent. That's not a fantasy. I've seen people in their 80s and 90s achieve exactly that. One of my patients, Margaret, she's 83, came to me last year frustrated that she couldn't walk to her mailbox without losing balance. She told me, "Doctor, I feel like my legs are just giving up on me." We made some small but powerful changes to her diet and daily routine. 6 months later, she walked into my office. Literally walked in, standing taller, steadier, with a smile I'll never forget. She said, "I didn't think food could make this much of a difference, but it does, it really does." You see, most people believe strength only comes from exercise, and while movement is crucial, what you put on your plate can be just as powerful, sometimes even more, because your muscles aren't built in the gym. They're rebuilt in your kitchen. That's where the magic happens. Now, when I talk about muscle strength, I'm not just talking about lifting weights or looking fit. I'm talking about freedom. The freedom to move without fear of falling, to stay active, to live on your own terms. When your legs stay strong, you stay independent. You stay you. Science has shown us that certain foods have remarkable effects on muscle health. They reduce inflammation, improve circulation, repair tiny tears in muscle fibers, and give your body the fuel it needs to rebuild. But beyond the science, I've seen something even more important: the emotional transformation that comes when someone starts to believe in their body again. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt truly confident in your step? When you didn't worry about losing your balance or needing a handrail? If it's been a while, that's okay. You can start changing that today, not with extreme workouts or expensive supplements, but with simple, powerful choices in your everyday meals. The truth is, your body is still listening. Even at 70, 80, or 90, it responds. It adapts. And I find that deeply inspiring, because every bite you take can be a signal to your muscles saying, "I'm still here. I still care." Now I know some of you might be thinking, "Doctor, I've eaten healthy all my life. Why are my legs still weaker?" It's a fair question. And the answer is, not all healthy foods are created equal. Some foods energize you for a moment and leave you drained the next. Others quietly rebuild strength from the inside out, nourishing your muscles, protecting your bones, and helping every step feel just a little lighter. In this video, we're going to uncover 6 of those powerful foods, each one backed by science, trusted by experience, and proven by real people like Margaret. These aren't rare or expensive ingredients. In fact, the number one food on this list is probably sitting in your kitchen right now, though most people eat it the wrong way. So if you've been feeling tired, unsteady, or frustrated with your legs lately, stay with me. We're going to talk about small, realistic changes that can help you move easier, feel stronger, and reclaim that sense of confidence in your body again. Because I believe something deeply, and I've seen it with my own eyes. It's never too late to feel strong again. The body may age, but the potential to heal never disappears. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's talk about how to build strength. Not just in your legs, but in your life. Because every step you take is a step toward freedom, toward independence, toward the version of yourself you still want to be. Let's begin. Over the years, I've realized something simple yet powerful. Healing begins in the kitchen. The choices we make at the table quietly shape how our bodies age. So let's talk about some of the foods that have helped my patients stay strong, mobile, and full of life, even into their 80s and 90s. And I want you to listen not just with your mind, but with your memory. Think of the foods that have comforted you, nourished you, kept you going through the years. Because sometimes the things that keep us alive are the ones we've had with us all along. Sweet potatoes, the gentle powerhouse. One of my favorite foods to recommend, sweet potatoes. They might look humble, but don't underestimate them. I had a patient, Thomas, 76 years old, who told me, "Doc, I feel drained by noon. I eat breakfast, but I'm still exhausted." When I asked what he usually had, it was white bread and coffee. We replaced that with roasted sweet potatoes, just a small portion each morning. A month later, he came back laughing, saying, "I didn't know food could give you energy that lasts all day." That's the magic of sweet potatoes. They release energy slowly so you don't crash midday. And inside that orange color is beta-carotene, a compound that fights inflammation in your muscles, easing soreness and helping your legs recover faster. Vitamin A repairs tiny tears in muscle fibers, and potassium keeps your muscles hydrated and free from cramps. They're nature's way of saying, take your time, I've got you covered. Because growing stronger doesn't mean pushing harder. Sometimes it means fueling smarter. Pea oats. The quiet strength, now oats. I call them the steady heartbeat of breakfast. They're not fancy. They don't shout for attention, but they give you something precious: endurance. I remember Mary, a retired teacher, who told me her legs felt heavy every afternoon. She thought it was just age. I told her, let's test something. Replace your usual toast with oats for 2 weeks. She came back smiling, saying, I didn't need my afternoon nap. My legs feel lighter. That's what slow energy does. It keeps your blood sugar stable, your muscles fueled, and your balance steady. Oats also give you plant-based protein, not a lot, but just enough to help your muscles repair themselves after each day's work. And magnesium? That's the mineral that stops those night cramps from sneaking up on you. I always tell my patients, when you nourish your morning, you strengthen your evening. That's what oats do. Our avocados, the smooth healer. Now let's talk about avocados, my personal favorite. They're like nature's moisturizer for your muscles and joints. As we age, inflammation becomes a quiet enemy. It stiffens your knees, tightens your calves, and makes every movement feel like effort. Avocados calm that fire. They're full of healthy fats that soothe your joints and make your steps smoother. And here's something few people know. Avocados have more potassium than bananas. That means fewer cramps, fewer spasms, and less of that sudden tightening in the middle of the night. One of my patients, Jorge, told me, Doc, I started eating half an avocado every day, and my legs don't feel like they're made of stone anymore. I laughed and said, that's your body saying thank you. It's amazing how something so simple, soft green fruit, a sprinkle of salt, a drizzle of olive oil, can remind your body how to move gracefully again. Berries are the youth preserver. I often say, if you want your muscles to act young, feed them young. And nothing says youthful energy like berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. They're small, but they carry some of the strongest antioxidants known to science. These compounds protect your muscles from oxidative stress, the same stress that makes you feel sore, stiff, or fatigued even after light activity. Berries also help your body make collagen. That's what keeps your tendons and joints elastic. So if you've ever stood up and heard a crack, that's your body asking for more support. One of my dearest patients, Helen, always brings me a jar of homemade blueberry jam. She's 82, walks her dog every morning, and says, Doctor, this is my secret. And I believe her because she's living proof that food can be medicine when it's chosen with care. Salmon, the strength rebuilder. Now let's move to the ocean for a moment. Salmon, beautiful, rich, and full of life, is one of the most powerful allies your legs can have. Every time you stand up, your leg muscles quietly carry your whole world, your body, your weight, your years. Over time, those muscles weaken because your body slows down in rebuilding them. But salmon gives you back that power. It's loaded with omega-3 fatty acids. Those are the good fats that reduce inflammation and improve blood flow. Better blood flow means more oxygen, more nutrients, and faster recovery. That's why I tell my patients, 2 servings a week, that's all it takes to feel the difference. And there's protein. Clean, high-quality, muscle-repairing protein. Add that to your week and you're rebuilding from the inside out. Salmon doesn't just nourish your muscles, it nourishes your confidence. Because when your body starts to feel steady again, your spirit follows. Eggs, the foundation of strength. Finally, let's talk about one of the simplest, most overlooked foods, the egg. Small, modest, and complete. It's everything your body needs to rebuild. All in one perfect package. Each egg carries 9 essential amino acids, the building blocks of muscle. It's also one of the best natural sources of vitamin D, crucial for bone health, balance, and coordination. Most of my older patients are low on vitamin D, which is why they often feel weak or dizzy. A woman once asked me, "Doctor, how many supplements should I take to feel stronger?" I smiled and said, "Start with 2 eggs, because strength doesn't always come in a pill. Sometimes it comes from your breakfast plate, from something you've been eating your whole life, but never realized how powerful it truly was." Eggs are nature's reminder that the simplest things are often the most essential. Now, I know all this may sound simple, maybe too simple, but after decades in medicine, I've come to see that simplicity is often what saves us. You don't need exotic foods or expensive powders. You just need consistency, a quiet, steady rhythm of care. Because every meal is an opportunity. Every bite, a message to your body saying, "I'm still investing in my future." And when you do that, day after day, week after week, you'll start to notice it. Your steps feel lighter, your balance steadier, your confidence stronger. That's not a miracle. That's your body remembering what it's capable of. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'll share how to combine these foods in simple ways that help them work even better together. Something we call food synergy. And trust me, it can change how your body feels in just a few weeks. You know, after all these years of practicing medicine, I've learned that health isn't just about numbers. It's about moments. Moments when you can stand up from a chair without pain. Moments when you can walk outside and feel the breeze on your face. Moments when your body says, "I'm still here. I'm still strong." That's what I want for you. Not perfection, not youth, just strength. Quiet, steady, and real. Because aging isn't a disease, it's a story. And you get to decide how the next chapter is written. So start small. Add one of these foods to your day. Sweet potatoes, oats, salmon, eggs, whatever feels right for you. Do it with kindness, not pressure. Do it because you deserve to feel good in your own body again. And when you start noticing the change, when the cramps fade, when your steps feel lighter, when your mornings don't hurt so much, I want you to remember that's your body saying thank you. If this message speaks to you, if it makes you think of someone who needs to hear it, please share it with them. Leave a comment below. Tell me your story. How are you taking care of your health these days? What's one small habit that's helped you feel better? I read every single comment because your experience, your voice, they matter more than you think. And if you'd like to keep learning how to age with grace, with energy, and with wisdom, hit that subscribe button. Not just for me, but for you, for your health, for your future, for the next sunrise that you'll wake up to, feeling alive, strong, and ready to live. Take care of yourself, my friend. Be gentle with your body. You've carried it this far. Now let it carry you a little longer, a little lighter, and a little happier. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.